there is absolutely zero chance anyone other than a family member brought that cocaine inside the White House complex. No chance that would make it past the MAG security checkpoints. Family bypasses those. Dan Bongino, former Secret Service agent. I guess he would know best, wouldn't he? Just saying.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it, get after it. Get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers. Gotta start through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Drew Slinger coming at you, baby. 102 times strong. Yeah, man. What's going on? Gotta turn my headphones down, man. I just love that song. And I don't care if anybody else does. Because I really like it. And I need to hear it every single day. Because that's the way I'm doing shit. I'm Frank Sinatra, buddy. I'm doing it my goddamn way, right? As long as it's corresponding with God's way, okay? I got a unique path. That's me. I do shit a certain way. I don't know why I do shit the way I do, but I do. And every man must be convinced, the Bible says, in his own heart and his own mind of what he's doing, okay? And I've been going over that, so I want to talk a little bit about that today. I got a little news. We'll talk about a little news, but I don't really care how long the show is today. I got some personal stuff going on, I'm trying to share it with you, and I'm trying to share it in a tactful way. I don't know who the hell's listening, watching. I don't know. I don't know if friends. I don't know if family. I don't know, okay? Generally, I think in general, they're probably not watching because they're checked out because they don't like my politics, most likely. other people. But I've had some stuff going on, right? And I just want to be honest with people because I got some good feedback, right, on a comment on my YouTube video that talked about just sharing some of the personal struggle, right? And so, I'm like going, well, I'm not doing it because it's going to get more subscribers and clicks or whatever. But I do feel like the channel's starting to get some like real serious support. Like there are a couple of people that are like kind of watching and going, hey, we tune in daily and see what's going on with Tim, and we kind of give a crap and how see how the Tim and Jen show is going on, right? The True Slinger Project. And so, yeah, we're feeling the love that way, and I'm feeling encouraged. And we got some other things going on, right? We're physically changing finally. And the way I talked to Jennifer about this morning is that I kind of feel like, we've had our wilderness time, okay? Much like being out in the wilderness, like the Israelites were in the wilderness for 40 years. I feel like I've been in the wilderness. We have been in the wilderness for a while. Not sure what direction to go. God placed a lot of things in my life, in my heart, I was kind of going toward pastor in a church, and then the world kind of blew up. My life kind of blew up. Things happened, and we got hurled out here into Maine to sort of figure it out. And I made deliberate decisions to come out here, and that placed some constraints upon me, right? But I know that overall, like I made decisions to say I want to be away from a lot of people because I don't get along with people. And quite frankly, I'll probably wind up in frickin' jail if I spend too much time around too many people. And then in jail, it'll even be worse. If I spend any time in jail, it won't go well. I'll either run the whole joint and I won't want to leave, or I'll just get into a loop in there because I don't like authority. So anyway, Mo, stop it. Knock it off. Told you, we got a psycho dog. He's not right in the head. He thinks he has a cough. I don't really think the vet doesn't know what the hell's wrong with him. He's a psychosomatic. So anyway, we got to deal with him, right? It won't be long. He's getting old. So yeah, my daughter abandoned him. That's Mo. And that's one of the reasons that, it's just a sad thing. It's sad. The thing with my kids. But anyway, I digress. So where the hell was I, right? I think that what's going on with me lately is that, we came out here to figure it out. And going through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma in life, and, just being my daughter, and I just mentioned that, neither of my daughters talked to me, and I'd mentioned that. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Some people have expressed, and it's okay. It's cool. There's a lot of things that, the wilderness, okay? One of the things that the way I deal with emotional stuff and when I can't figure stuff out is I drink. I mean, just quite frankly, when I'm confused, I drink. It helps me procrastinate, and I'm kind of I'm a functional kind of drinker. I can function, but in general, I don't do it well, okay? I don't drink as well as other people would. Now, I don't know if anybody drinks really well, but I was never much of a casual drinker, right? To me, to use it for anything else than use it for escape or, a feeling, that's what you do it for. You don't do it for social purposes. I've never been a social drinker. It's like, don't understand that. So, but intellectually, I've known for a long time that we needed to stop, and we've been studying physical diet stuff for a long time. And I guess I don't want to get too deep into it. Just to let you know that was a part of my life. So was smoking. I smoked since I was like 16 years old. I thought it was cool, with the exception of about 5 years in my life of not smoking. I smoked my entire life. So, but right today, I stand before you. I don't smoke and I don't drink, right? I don't consume alcohol. I don't know. It's been like four odd something months for the smoking cigarettes. And then, I don't know, a few weeks now with the drinking. And not only that, we've gone on the carnivore diet. And so I'm eating nothing but beef, and I'm drinking coffee with milk in it, cream, stuff like that. I even ran out of that. Living a very minimalist kind of lifestyle here lately. And then because we've been having some financial issues, and again, I placed myself in these situations, and then life circumstances came along, like illnesses and different circumstances, and tractors failing. I mean, I used to run a tractor for a living, and it made good money. But I don't know if you can tell, I ain't no spring chicken anymore, and neither is my tractor, right? My tractor clutch is kind of failing, and it's not inexpensive. It's like $500. And then I got to haul the sucker around on a trailer that's got, not new tires on it, and not even good trailer tires. And there's just a risk associated every time I leave my property, right? So I've made decisions to be hermit-like on purpose. Well, make a long story short, we just decided to say, hey, we're not the best versions of what we can be. And I've been listening to a lot of Andrew Tate. A lot of people love Andrew Tate. A lot of people don't like Andrew Tate. I love Andrew Tate. I don't think he's got everything right. I mean, well, first of all, he's a Muslim, not a Christian. And, and then he's kind of into a bit of the, perhaps not as in seeking of a monogamous relationship as Christianity would encourage. He likes to sow his old wild oats. But his general message of masculinity and positivity is a really good thing for young men. It really is. Because, our young men have been effeminated. So anyway, with Andrew Tate and stuff, Andrew has been putting out stuff, and I guess I got tired of being anything less than the best version of what I could be. And at this point, I don't have an excuse anymore. God has allowed my brain somehow to put together this media company and this picture and how to finance it, do everything and make the switch. But the switch hasn't been as easy as I would have liked it to have been, right? And I'm not always the best steward, right? That's one thing. And then other circumstances just are. And then having to borrow the money to make the equipment and then having to pay that money back and stuff to finance the dream. There are times it gets tough, right? So this week was kind of tough. But what I want to say to you is that, yeah, tough is doable, right? And I want to challenge you to start challenging yourself. And I don't care where you do it. But start placing yourself into situations that are just a little bit damned uncomfortable. You won't die, okay? And that's what kind of fasting is about, Christian fasting, and just fasting in general. But it does. It places one in a situation where they're hyper aware. Okay, fasting allows the digestive system to take a break, right? And this carnivore diet is really the thing because we're intermittent fasting. We're OMAD, right? 1 meal a day. We cook a couple of steaks, 3 or 4 eggs, like a pound of bacon, and we shovel that crap down and we go, wow, that's amazing. And I don't have to sit back and go, oh, I don't go into a coma either, right? After sitting here for a minute, cup of coffee, whatever, I'm ready to go back to work. I'm not falling back asleep. And I don't get hungry, really, for a whole another 12 hours. And then I got finally this thing worked out, and I was praying, and this thing started to work out with the money and some people that owed me some money about paying their bills and whatever, and that's good. And I just kept going. Like I said, I put my head down through all this stuff, right? And I said, look, I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to let my emotions rule everything. And that essentially, from a stoic standpoint, I'm a Christian, but I also, I'm a stoic. Okay, all right. I aspire to stoicism, right? I don't want to wear my feelings on my sleeve. I don't want to, blow up when something doesn't go my way. Shit is not going to go my way like a lot, okay, all the time. And you just got to kind of learn to roll with the punches. And the Stoics, you'll find that one of the things that I was embracing just this week, and especially today, yesterday, is that I choose to become angry. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I'm going to change the camera view again now so I can look you in the eye. I choose to get angry. And so do you. Okay? So I challenge you to be better than that. You see, yes, you can get frustrated, right? And the way I liken that in Christianity is that's the seed of the sin. That's the urge. That's the feeling, the frustration, right? But the anger, in particular rage, and I have also found that as a pattern for my life, that it might help you, is that the way I come under spiritual attack now, okay, demonic spiritual attack, is that the demons know and understand that when I get pissed off, frustrated, and angry, I choose to become angry, and then I have a justification to go get a drink. Right? That's the pattern. That's my pattern. So, I interrupted that pattern, and successfully so. And now I got a nose twitch. I don't know if you noticed that the other day. I got this, and I don't. I have some stuff going on. I have constant problems with my sinuses, and then I have a little bit of a gum infection going on the past couple of weeks, and I got to go to the dentist. And so I'm trying to fight that back and everything. And so I'm sort of hyper aware of what's going on up here. I don't know. And so now it's like this, it's the stress leaking out in different ways. But here's the thing. This morning I am very, very clear-headed after this week. And I told my wife that the way I feel is kind of like I've been stranded on a desert island, right? And we've been out on this desert island, and every once in a while, we knew what we needed to do was get the hell off the island, right? And so we make a half-ass attempt to grab some sticks and shit. I don't know if it was the right day of the week, okay? And we cobbled together some freaking raft, and we'd go out into the surf. And then, we get battered and tossed back onto the beach and the shore. And we were like, wow. Okay, well, let's just go back to what we know, right? What's comfortable, right? And you've heard of it put as sitting in your own shit, right? And so that's what we did, We would just go back and we would sort of repeat things. And again, I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression that I did nothing but sit around here drinking all the time, okay? But what it was this thing that I found that I went to, okay, as a relief valve. And for my wife, it affects her differently. And it was shutting her down even more because she's got some stuff going on with some functional neurology disorder or something like that, Parkinson's-ish, Tourette's-y kind of stuff going on, which is part of the reason she's not on the camera because we're trying to get some medicine straightened out and whatever. But, however, the great part is that this diet of all meat, see, I'm talking about a lot of stuff because really this is one big circle, the circle of life, right? No, it's a big circle. It's a wagon wheel, and diet's in the middle of it, right? We're going to write a book on it, right? Diet's in the middle of it at the hub, and then there's everything else. And the only way to get it, your biome, your gut health has got to be right. It's your second brain, and your neurotransmitters are created down in your gut. Just look it up. They connect together, right? So everything is firing now because I'm just eating meat like a madman. And I went out and I got paid and I went some gas today, and I said, "Oh, let's go get a Monster drink and let's go get one of these pieces of shit." Right? I could barely eat this, man. Now, I choked it down the rest of the half when I came home with some black coffee, right? But it was so sweet. It was almost like I couldn't do it because I haven't eaten sugar in, I don't know, weeks. The only thing I'm eating is a sugar substitute, which is Splenda. And there's supposedly that might be bad for me, too. And I don't know. I got to give it up and go to monk fruit, which that doesn't apparently affect your insulin or your blood sugar. Anyway, we feel great. I feel great. I feel wonderful. And so what I want to do is let people know that there is a way out. I feel like this time we lashed together the raft and it was good. And we pushed it through the waves. And man, the last week has been tough. But now I feel like, the sun is up, the wind is blowing, the sail is full, and we're going somewhere, and there's hope. And I tell you, the emotions are more stable because of the diet. No doubt about it. And it's the alcohol, but additionally the diet between the two of them, and then the one meal a day. Holy crap. If you want to make a change in your life, and I'm serious, you want to drop weight, you want to have energy, you want to feel like $1,000,000, you want to look better, okay? Because the autophagy starts going on and your skin starts getting stretchy again, okay? It's slow, but that's the one big thing with my age I'm having, And so, yeah, right? Amazing stuff, amazing. And I'm not hawking, I'm not selling for anybody. I'm just telling you. But here's a matter. I wrote some things down, right? And this is what I want to talk to you about, is some words, because I've been doing some voiceovers. I do that for a living. That's what I do. I read books. I do voiceovers. And I'm working with a project on a guy, motivational videos, right? And so I have to look at a bunch of motivational videos in order to see the samples, what people want to achieve, in order to put together a project to be able to make motivational videos. And ultimately, I have a channel of my own, a manly channel that I want to explore and flesh out. So I run into a lot of stuff, okay? And then I'm reading a lot of books as well about success and how to be successful. And, man, I know a lot about a lot of stuff just because of these audiobooks that I'm reading. So some words that I jotted down, right, that have been coming to mind that were very important this week for me is persistence, discipline, consistency, and mastering your feelings. Basically, get a fucking hold of yourself, right? And this is why, guys, it's important to be married, to go get a good woman and a good wife, okay? Because I threw a damn pissy fit. I might as well have been a woman in the middle of this week, okay? And I went out there and I did some recording the night before. I shut the damn thing off without saving it. And it was only like 11 minutes worth of thing, but I was convinced it was like 45, right? Which would have taken me hours to reproduce. And I worked myself up into a damn fever. Fever, man. And I stomped out of the studio and I went into the damn kitchen and we got stainless steel dishes, okay? I don't do the ceramic stuff, and I don't do drywall anymore either, boys and girls. So yeah, so I grabbed that pot, man, and I had some of the dishes in the sink, the stainless steel, and man, I'm whipping shit around. It was short. I've had worse, I wasn't drunk. I was sober. And that's what made all the difference in the world. The demons really can come out if I'm drinking. If I get mad when I'm drinking, it's real bad. So, yeah, I got all pissed off, and I come back in here, and I sit down, and she goes, get a fucking hold of yourself. But she was right. Get a fucking hold of yourself. So what did I do? I sat fucking down. I put my damn studio booth back up over here. I got my sound shit going on. I put my headphones back on. I went, hi. And I started doing cherry shit voices again in the microphone. Because the bills got to get paid. And I don't know if they're going to pay me, but I got to keep working anyway. Right? And so I did. I got a hold of myself. Wow. And I didn't stomp down to the store and go get something, anything, right? Whether that was food or drink. Didn't do it. And that, psychologically, okay, we have looked up that changes your brain way. They've scanned the brain, right? That when you resist temptation and you say no and you turn your back on something, it changes your brain. Changes your brain chemistry, man. Right? Doesn't it? Yep. So I'm in the middle of experiencing it, and I think you should experience it too, right? If you are having any trouble, man, if you are struggling for some reason, you want to make a change, and like, who shouldn't be changing? Who shouldn't be being a better version of themselves every damn day? Okay? I frankly, I don't, I'm sitting here already. We started reading these audiobooks. And I'm being real honest with you. I don't even think I'm going to get to the news. I might make a show later on in the evening with the news because there's some crazy shits going on. And it's true. Hunter brought the stuff in. Who else we don't need to say nothing else about that. Hunter brought it in the White House. Everybody's fucking crazy if they say anything otherwise. So, but yeah, I want you to know about what's going on with us because it's just very important. I want to motivate you to be something other than you're not. And I don't want to read these audiobooks for $50 an hour, finished hour, because it can, depending on the client, take up to 4 hours to produce one finished hour. So that means if I get $50 divided by 4, that's $12.50 an hour. Okay? Now, if I bust my ass, it pays the bills and it keeps me at home taking care of mama with her illness, right? But it's not getting me, to the next level. But these books go all the way up to $500 an hour, okay? And the stuff in the $100 to $200 range comes up not fairly often. And so I'm practicing and I'm doing better and I'm putting more into the auditions and my sound is getting better. And I know my audio work, okay, my sound engineer work is getting better. And so my cuts and tracks sound really good now. And so I think I'm going to start qualifying for these larger jobs. And man, that's going to like double the pay. And then I said, okay, well, how do I become more efficient, right? Well, the diet, right, is one thing. My mind is on fire, man, okay? And I'm not tired all the time, and I'm not going through these crashes, right, of the taking in sugar and then not being hungry and then crashing and then being hungry and then tired and all that shit, okay? I don't go through any of that anymore, right? And so that's one of the aspects of it. And then there's just getting up earlier and getting up at a certain time every day. And then saying some commitments to say, I'm going to start doing some things every single day, but not just in one area that I'm trying to push forward. That's one of my weaknesses, is not to push out on this wheel evenly all the way around. I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to zoom in one direction. I go, now, and I'm good at that, and thank God I am, because I got our ass out of hot water here, and we got some money coming back in, and I got some gasoline, and we got some money back in the generator, and I got some other books in the hopper, and I've been auditioning, and so life is good, right? If we're out 3-4 days, and like I said, I remind myself, right? I made a choice to do this because I saw the world melting, right? So I orchestrated my life in such a manner, and then along came some new circumstances, and which is why I'm not out there milling lumber. I have a mill, okay? And I also have a ceramic studio, okay? But mama's partially disabled. Now, with the diet, things are changing, and we might get her back in that ceramic studio. But for the moment, it wasn't a possibility, see? So you got to be adaptable. You got to deal with these things. And this guy who I know, and I got to say, a friend of mine who lent me some money the other day to put some gas in, because I said, look, I got somebody who didn't pay me. And he made this observation. He said, Tim, you're undercapitalized. I'm like, no shit. Why do you think I'm asking for a fucking loan? Okay? But I own my cabin. Okay? I own my tractor. And I own my damn car. Right? And nobody can take those things away from me. Right? And I own the wood on my property, which I can go saw down anytime I want. I own a chainsaw. So, I have security in certain ways, and I got a mudroom full of food that I've been canning, right? So even if, I can feed myself for a while, even if there's no food at the grocery stores, right? And your damn money might become worthless tomorrow because the world ended, and you go to the fucking ATM, and it says Z's all the way across the screen, or it's dead, it's blank because there's no electricity at the bank. And you go into the vault, and the vault's wide fucking open, and there's nothing in there. Okay, So back to choices, right? But yet we evaluate ourselves as men, don't we? Like I do. I evaluate myself and I say to myself, am I being a good provider, right? I got a sick wife, right? And I don't have enough money. He's right. I don't have a buffer, but I can sell my car and buy a cheaper one. I can sell my tractor. I don't technically need it. Yes, I'm homesteading, but I'm in here making a living doing this. I can change the way I live, right? And that's a pretty big asset, and that'll float me for a while. So it's just would become uncomfortable for me to do so, and I'd have to figure out how to do things like, I don't know, flush my toilet by putting a bucket of water in the back of it. But I still have a septic system. I mean, see, but I freak myself out. Well, I stopped doing all of that, okay? And I had to recalibrate myself and stop measuring myself against other people's standards, okay? And I took that money that he gave me, and he says, oh, I feel, I see a pattern. I feel like I'm giving you a fish. I'm like, nah, I'm not going down here to buy a sandwich, okay? And I got kind of randy with the guy I borrowed $100 from, okay? I said, look, I told him I'd give him fucking back to him. I said, how do I solve my problem? We undercapitalized. Well, tell me how to solve my problem with a sick wife and a broken tractor and this, that, and the other thing. And coming out here, man, I was still licking my wounds from a lot of other things emotionally. And I don't want to bring emotions into it because I'm a man. But I have to also understand that you cannot play a victim, but you can also ignore the fact that you've been victimized. Okay? And I have on a number of occasions. And you've got to deal with those situations. They're real. They cause pain, emotional pain. So... right, so I'm like, I don't give advice. That's your job to figure it out. I'm like, then don't fucking give me any. Just don't tell me. Just go here. I'm just going to give you $100 because it's the Christian thing to do, and you don't have to give it back because that's what he said, right? And I'm like, good. Then don't give me any grief and tell me, well, I see a pattern with you. If you kind of got to tell me how to break my own pattern, okay, which is full shit anyway. He doesn't know me, and I tried to explain that to him. You don't know me. That yes, I did go through some shit, okay? But then I realized, look, I got to get out of the situation I'm in. And so I have to reinvent myself yet again, right? And so here I'm trying to do just that. And I'm taking this $100 and I'm going to put every single minute of it into breathing into this microphone that can make money. So I can develop my media company, right? What the shit else do you want me to do? I'm like, either that or fucking be an investor. Just... give me some damn money. Invest in me. Okay? Undercapitalized. Don't give me stupid advice like that. So, and John, if you're watching, I love you. Thank you for the money. Really. I used it well. And it got me from here to there. So, anyway, and you'll get your money back. Anyway, because I'm proud like that. I'll give it back, son of a bitch. The other guy, too, that my other former boss. Okay? I don't, and I tell you... that being said, all right, I have learned about being judgmental about other people, right? It hurts being judged. It sucks. I don't like it. And I do it. I'm guilty of doing it, and I try not to do it. And one of the things that I've learned from having less money in life is to not look at people the same way, anymore. And this started years ago, standing in Walmart. And just realizing that people are people, and some people are less fortunate than others, and it's very wrong to stereotype people and to make too many assumptions about people. But again, what I want to focus on, right, is what can I control in life on a daily basis, right? My generator went off just a minute ago, and I could have controlled that. I could have put more gas in it. So I'm cutting this together, but and I wanted to come back and I wanted to tie all this together because I, downloaded a lot of stuff on you, right? Said a lot of stuff, and I felt like I needed to sort of put a bow around this whole thing, right? And there are a number of things that I cannot control on a daily basis with the news we're watching, right? We're watching the world melt. We're watching stuff, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Apparently, France stopped melting. Mysteriously. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't think so either, but we'll keep you informed. But yeah, it's just everything's going nuts. The White House, the administration is totally corrupt. Everything's totally out there in the open. We got pedophilia out there in the open. We got sex out there with the open. We got the borders wide open. Everything's wide open, man. Wide open. And the Democrats are wide open, heading toward the cliff, And on a daily basis, I told you, I'm getting the feeling like a little bit dystopian reality, like this guy over here, my mascot right here. So, yeah, shit is crazy, man. Shit is nuts. Here, put this over there, the disgusting cup. And so what I'm challenging you to do and look at is say, yes, when we're in a situation where our world is coming apart at the seams, I challenge you and ask you, what can you control? What are you under control of? What can you do something about? Well, I'll tell you damn straight, you can control what you put into your mouth. Okay, you can control what you put in here. You can control what you control what you put in here. Okay? Right? Am I missing anything?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I am. So yeah, we can control these things. So, the Bible even tells us, don't put things in front of your eyes that are not worthy and noble and pure and righteous, right? Don't do it. Well, don't put shit in your body, right? And I've known that we're a temple of the Holy Spirit for a long time. But, we as Christians, we go, well, yeah, it says that. But, why would Jesus be so literal, or the Bible be so literal about what it is? Well, yeah. We shouldn't be putting garbage in because we're going to get garbage in and garbage out. We've known this forever too, right? But we've been poisoned as a society. I was telling Jen that I think in general, we're fairly righteous people for the age we live in, right? I mean, oh God, I'm going to get on later on and I'm going to show a thing. I got a scary reel about transsexuals that we got to just watch together. But I don't want to spoil this show because they're two so totally separate things, and I don't want to disturb your energy with that crap because once you watch that, you'll realize that we are in a sad state, and I don't want to be there right now, okay? I'm in an upstate. I want you to understand that there are things in your life you can control. I'm going to bring you that Andrew Tate energy, right? And I want to say, man, start getting a hold of your life. Whatever is in your life, if you've got something needs to be attended to, get on it, son. Get busy. Don't let it, go another day without getting done, right? To me, what's that mean today? It means I got to go do a little bit of something else I don't want to do. I want to stay in here and just, soothe sounds of my voice is into this thing all day long. No, I'm going to go mop the floor because my house smells musty and dank and I got animals and it's just time to mop the damn floor, right? Started walking around here barefoot and my feet are black. So, yeah, got to go do that kind of stuff. So, right, rise up to the occasion, do something that makes you uncomfortable, and moreover, stay in a space that makes you feel uncomfortable. Do some change in your life and help others and around you to change. Be compassionate to them and look how you can lift somebody else up, right? Increase your circle of more than just thinking about yourself. So, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to bring these things to you to let you know that, yeah, if you're struggling, you're not the only one. I'm 60 years old and I'm still trying to figure this shit out. And, there are still people out there that want to tell me how to do things. And it's really easy, right? I mean, and that's why I started with the song again. I'm going to do it my way. Okay. Because that's the only thing. I'm going to get to the end of this life, and there's certain things I'm not going to lay down on my grave and go, man, I just wish, and it probably making just another couple of bucks is probably not going to be one on the list when I die. There's going to be a whole lot of other things. Like I wish I would have written them books, and I wish I would have done more of those episodes and whatever else, taking risks. That's the kind of people my wife and I are, right? We take risks. And this was a risky venture to do, but at the same time, it was the only thing that made sense at the time. And so, yeah, man, if you're not, living life on the edge, man, you're just not living life, right? At least the way I look at it. I'd like some more stability. I'd like to have more money in the bank, and that's what I'm headed for. I'm looking for multiple streams of income. I get it intellectually, but I also started in the middle of my life, right? I worked for the man for a long time. I got 17 patents. Did I make a dime off any of those patents? No. Ream, Rude, Weather King, they made money off all those patents, right? Lochinvar, all these other places I worked for, right? A.O. Smith Water Products? No, they made money off the stuff I did, right? I got a salary, right? It was a good salary, and I did okay. But then I went out as an entrepreneur, and I said, I want to start making money for myself. And I did real well at that. But I've only had, and I've started a number of businesses and whatever conceptually and started some things and decided not to pursue them. But really, I ran one big business that made a good lot of money, right? Well, this is like the next crack at it. It's like, give me a minute, right? The ideas are good, right? I'm incorporating artificial intelligence, which is the hottest thing. I'm using the resources I have, my voice. I've got a computer. I got my wife being productive. For the first time, she is actually, I've had to figure out a way to take a wife that is disabled and find something that it is that she's capable of doing and to earn money. And we can be across from each other at the computer. What kind of more noble undertaking can I be doing? And then on top of it, I'm praying about all of it to make it work, right? And then I got somebody giving me shit about how I'm living my life. You know, seriously. So, again, thank you for the money, John. I appreciate it. You know, but I'm going to make my own money, right? I don't like being a case. I don't like it. I want to be in a position to be able to help other people. And hopefully these things that I've been through are going to be able to, on the other side, allow me, when somebody comes to me, that I won't be nearly, that I'm going to be able to be more gracious in the way I help them. I hope so, right? And wise in the way I do that. So I hope so. Because that's the way I try to look at things. I try not to look at anything that comes into my life as negative. I tend to want to look at things that, to me, what can I do with this that makes my character better or helps somebody else out? So anyway, hopefully some of the stuff that I've downloaded to you, I didn't mean to just barf all over you. And I know this is going to be a 45-minute show or something or whatever. But, you know, I think, like I said, it was important to talk to you about what's going on with me because some people responded to it, you know. And, I mean, that's what this internet thing is all about. You don't listen to me, okay, bring you the news, right, because I'm just some head, right? You listen over here because you're listening for opinion, you're listening for some help with digesting what's going on around us, and you want that from a source that you can trust and is authentic, right? Well, you can't trust someone unless you believe that they actually have a real life, and they struggle with things that you do, right? So yeah, man, just like you. And I want to hear from you, you know, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that stuff, and talk to me about struggles in your life, whatever. And maybe we can, you know, pick up some of this other stuff. And maybe once a show, instead of just the news, we'll have a little corner over here where we'll talk about some issue. We'll do like, what do they call that? What was that? Ann Landers or whatever. You know, we'll do a little advice corner, or we'll talk about something, or I don't know, whatever. So yeah, if you got questions, whatever, leave them below. Interact. That's the point of all this. Maybe this show was more about my emotional health, my accountability, my letting you know what's going on, or my making a video diary journal of my life. Maybe that's what this is all about. But I pray for real, that this actually helps somebody, that somebody else goes, wow, man, there's somebody out there that's trying to struggle and get it done and improve and do something different on a daily basis, even at 60. Because I've not made it, man. I wish, you know, and probably if God would have made me all cushy and shit, if I would have had a great, successful business, and the last business I had wouldn't have run into the ground because of the economy and a bunch of other stupid crap that happened to me, you know, and me not being able to notice some factors that were going on, and I would have been able to sell out and had millions of dollars out of that business, I might be dead right now. As a matter of fact, I probably would be dead right now. Who knows? All I know is that was not the path I was to take in life. And I refuse again. I refuse actively on a daily basis, damn it, to accept comparing myself to someone else's path. God has a unique path for me. And as long as I'm not being dishonest and I'm not trying to be a freeloader, okay, and I'm trying to make my own way, then I believe God will actively love me. He'll always love me, but he'll bless me, okay, when I look at things that way, right? So anyway, enough of the theology lesson. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Thanks. Take the time. Give me some feedback. I'm Truth Slinger, and I'm out of here.